Good morning, friends. Pastor Al. It's Tuesday, January 6th. Over the course of our marriage, Cindy and I have lived in like 14 different homes. And most of that time has to do with being in ministry and moving to different churches and things like that. And so our attitude has always been bloom where you're planted. This is where we're going to live, make it home, get involved in the community, and of course, involved in the church and, all those type of things. So because we made it home, that each place, it was a good place to live. But something happened that surprised me. In 1996, we were moving from Ohio back to Minnesota. We had moved out here in 92. So I go to seminary, and now we're moving back. And we had the U-Haul full, and the city was driving the vehicle, and I was driving the U-Haul, and we were coming home and heading to Blue Earth, Minnesota. But we crossed the Minnesota state line, coming out of Iowa on I-35, and it said, "Welcome to Minnesota." And I had this feeling come over me like I'm home. I mean, we still had 2 hour drive to get to the house we're going to live in, but it surprised me, this drawing of home. Well, our family, parents, grandparents, siblings, I mean, that they were all in that area. But there's this longing. God puts in us a longing, I think, for our heavenly home. In fact, Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the hearts of people." Eternity. And I think God has put in us that void that will only be filled by Him and by our time in heaven. He puts in us a longing to be with Him face to face. And that's that promise of heaven that is there for us. Heaven is a place we will be if we have faith and belief in Jesus Christ. Have a blessed day, my friends.